Hi, my name is Darby Fennison. I'm an independent distributor with Zija International. I've been very blessed and am grateful for the opportunity to tell you a little bit about Zija today. We have some incredible information about a product and a company that's changing people's lives, but rather than just giving you information, let's put it in the form of a story. It's what I'll call the Zija Story. My part of the story began in October of 2010. I had been approached before by my business partner and chairman of our deacons, Barry Dalton. He said, "I've got to talk to you about Zija." I said, "Okay, Barry, I'll talk to you later." He worked on it for about 6 months, and I just kept saying, I don't have time. I was skeptical, I was cynical. We'd done some things before, and though there's some good products out there, folks, I just couldn't work it into a busy schedule, and I just didn't really want to do anything again. And so that all changed one day when a church member stopped by my office. She walked in and said, "Brother Darby, can I talk to you?" This church member had knee replacement. She lived on pain meds. The doctor said, "This is the rest of your life." I think she was scheduled for more surgery. Great lady, great attitude, just had a pretty lousy lot in life physically. And when I looked up, I said, "What have you done?" And she said, "Well, Brother Darby, I've lost 50 pounds. My life has dramatically changed. I'm a different person because of it all. And this week alone, I've made over 4 figures just because of what's happened." And I said, "Tell me, what are you doing?" And she pulled this little box out of her pocket, a little green box, said, "Have you ever heard of Zija?" And she said, I began to take the product. After 2 or 3 months, the changes were so obvious, people began to ask me what was happening. I continued to improve. Other people are now doing what I'm doing, so that's where I've developed the income. Said, "Brother Darby, Zija has changed my life." Well, I thanked her for sharing her story, and she turned and walked out. I got on the phone and called Barry and said, "Barry, this is not just a company spin. It's not just a nice story. This is someone I know. This stuff is real, and there are people that I know that need it." Well, the stories continue to this very day, but once we were convinced that it was real, we began to find out why the changes, what was so powerful. What we found was amazing. It began in our world with a Discovery Channel documentary. A doctor in Africa had run out of medication for the children that he was treating, and the local shaman come up and said, "Try the miracle tree." He'd never heard of it, but he said, "What have I got to lose?" So they ground up the leaves, they gave it to the children, and the benefits were astounding. They actually reversed the effects of malnutrition as well as many other things. The entire scientific and medical community then flocked around that doctor and what they found out. The Discovery Channel did a documentary highlighting all of that. And someone watching that documentary, amazed at the results, said, "I know who to take this to find out more about it." And so they contacted Ken Brailsford. Ken has been in the direct sales industry since the late 60s. He's had 2 companies that together, combined total sales of over $1 billion. He had retired, didn't need any more money, didn't need anything else to do. But someone brought him the documentary and said, "Ken, would you just look at it?" And he said, "Sure, I'll be glad to." So a few minutes into it, he had 2 thoughts. Number 1, if this is really real, why hadn't he heard of it? This was his life. And number 2, if this really was real, why wasn't it available to the world so that the benefits could be shared by the multitudes? Well, with his curiosity piqued, he then made a phone call or 2 and found out the person that he really needed to talk to was Russ Bianchi. So he called Dr. Russ, Uncle Russ as we call him. Russ is one of the top formulators of products in the world, does pharma for cancer companies, cosmetics, energy bars, health drinks, a little bit of everything you can possibly imagine. He is the best at what he does. And so they talked, and Mr. Brailsford said, "Russ, would you find out if this is real?" And Russ said, "It probably isn't, or I would have heard of it, but I'll do what I can." So he took a little while, checked into it, and 30 days later called Mr. Brailsford back, said, "Everything that you heard is true. It's an amazing product. The people I talked to couldn't say enough about it, but there's nothing we can do with it. Pharma has tried to take it and make a drug out of it. They've crashed and burned. They kill it every time they try. So basically, it's just nothing that we can benefit from." Mr. Brailsford laughed and said, "Russ, I don't want to make a drug out of it. I want to put the tree in a can so people can drink it and have the benefits in their life that people in Africa are getting." And Russ was a little bit skeptical. Said, "I don't do that kind of thing with companies like you," but they worked out a deal, and he said, "I tell you what, if you'll pay for it, I'll guarantee you about a 90% chance of failure, but I'll do the best that I can do to see if we can get a viable product." And so they went to work. As they went to work with all of Russ's scientific team, they poured all of their energy and resources. They found out a few more things. Moringa oleifera is nature's miracle tree. It has over 90 positive verifiable benefits, including 46 antioxidants, 36 anti-inflammatories, omegas 3, 6, and 9, 20 amino acids, including 9 that our bodies don't produce. And so it was amazing what they found out. They found Moringa oleifera was verifiable by numerous third-party resources. Johns Hopkins University did an amazing study documenting the effects of it. The National Institute of Health chose it as the 2008 Botanical of the Year. It's been acknowledged by the National Geographic Society, the Peace Corps, UNICEF, the UN World Food Program. Like I said, over 200 world organizations and empirical studies. They knew that Moringa oleifera was the real deal. They just didn't know what could happen if they could find a way to get that product into a form that people could consume and benefit. Well, after 143 tries, millions of dollars, over a year and a half of the entire scientific team working, they finally had a breakthrough. And the product is what we're sharing with you today, called Zija. Zija is nature's perfect food. Enzymatically alive. It's just like you're eating the plant in the indigenous area in which it's grown. It's bioavailable. The body uses all of the resources in it. It is absolutely amazing. So with the product, they then went to work and established the company. Zija was established in 2006. It is debt-free, rock solid, got tremendous management. We are now international and expanding every month. This year alone, we expect to top $200 million in sales, on the way to becoming a $1 billion a year legacy company. Rod Larson is the president and CEO. He's surrounded by tremendous ability. Folks, Zija is rock solid. So we have a product, we have a company, and then they went to work developing a product line that they could distribute to the masses. Basically, we have three product lines. We have the Drink Life In, which is nutrition and energy drinks. We have the Body in Balance, which is basically weight management. And we have Inner Health, Outer Beauty, our skincare line, all with Moringa oleifera, this amazing botanical, at the core. Now, let me just mention something that's very important. Moringa is not a drug. You can't tell people we can cure or mitigate or solve any particular health issues with it. It's basically food. That being said, people ask me all the time, well, who can benefit from Zija? Who needs Zija? And my answer is everyone. The slide that you're looking at is my family. My 2 3-year-old grandsons are on Zija. My little 1-year-old will fight them both for it. He loves his Zija. We're all on it. My parents are on it. We have people from infancy to over 100-year-olds that are taking Zija. Bottom line, if you can eat, you can benefit from Zija. People all around the world. Now, we're doing it not to solve any health benefits, but basically to make sure that my family has the nutrition for their bodies to function. Folks, when you give the body what it needs nutritionally, it's amazing what it can do. When you take it away, you have all kinds of problems. Researchers have indicated that our food chain, basically, regardless of how well you try to eat, the basic products that we consume have lost their nutritional value. The American College of Nutrition verified that over 43 fruits and vegetables they investigated had lost protein and calcium and phosphorus and iron and many of the other things that we need to function over the last 50 years or so. So there is a tremendous health epidemic of all kinds of problems in our country, and while we can't solve all of that, there's no question that at the core of it is a lack of nutrition. When you give the body what it needs, amazing things can happen. Now let's talk about those nutritional lines and what they do. The Smart Mix and the Smart Drink basically have included in them all those antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, all the vitamins, the minerals, all the things that you see before you. Now, what happens when you give your body what it needs? Many times what it's been craving. Folks, the health benefits can be astounding. I encourage you to listen to some of the testimonies. Donna was just the first. Everyone I share it with, I can't help but think, I wonder what their story is going to be. And the stories just continue. We are literally changing people's lives. There are the energy drinks that basically give you that punch. Athletes are doing amazingly well, breaking records. It provides the energy increase with Moringa oleifera, the nutritional base, without any of the negative downside effects of a lot of the stuff that's out there on the market that's killing people. We also have another problem that's very systematic in America. We have a weight management problem. Statistics show that over 64% of Americans are overweight, and of course that's not only U.S., but it's worldwide that the problem is encountered. And so because of that, Zija then took Moringa oleifera and they developed a product line designed for weight management with pure nutrition at the core. It's not a starvation diet. It's not drinking shakes for so long. It's not doing something to just get a quick fix but then return back to where you were. Basically, it's resetting a person's metabolism and giving their bodies what they need to function properly and maintain good health indefinitely. In that product line is the Smart Mix, the XM Plus Mix, which is the Moringa oleifera plus the energy all combined in one drink. The XM AM pills that you take in the morning, the XM PM pills that they have in the afternoon, and then premium tea that they consume a couple of times a week in the evening. And when you put all of these together, the products alone are amazing, but the synergy is an absolutely unbeatable weight management system that provides complete health for those that will apply it and stick with it. We have the skincare line. An amazing line of products as well that our ladies rant and rave over. Some of our men use it. It contains none of the negative side effects of most of the things on the market. And the bottom line is you're providing the body's largest organ with pure nutrition, again, Moringa oleifera, and the results are staggering. Now, folks, you put all this together, and these 3 product lines are changing people's lives. That's what we're doing. Inner health, outer beauty, that's what Moringa oleifera through Zija International is providing. Now, we're going to turn the corner. Let me just ask you a simple question. With products like that, what do you think you will do if it impacts your life like it has most people? Well, the normal thing is you tell others about it, and because of the marketing strategy of this company, it's set up that you can benefit financially. So let's talk about the Zija opportunity financially for you today as well. When you buy those products at various levels and decide to become a Zija distributor, you're given what could become a multi-million-dollar business. We don't know what it will do, but the bottom line is you have a business vehicle that can go as far as you want to take it. You can work it full-time, you can work it part-time, you can replace your current income, you can just develop an additional income stream. The bottom line is it's whatever you want to make of it. It is yours and it costs you absolutely nothing. Now, with that in mind, here's how it works. With no experience or employees or inventory, none of the hassles of traditional marketing, when you consume the product and you develop your story and you tell your neighbors and your friends about it, wow, look what it's done for me, just like Donna told me that day. Others saw it in her and they asked what she's doing, they tried it. Then when they take it and do the very same thing, consume the product and develop their story and share it, every time that process repeats, you make a little bit of the pie. It's called direct referral distribution, and it's incredibly powerful. Now, nobody can tell you how much money you're going to make, but I will tell you there are at least 8 different ways to make income with Zija. We'll cover that in training, but the bottom line is it's a very, very profitable business. Now, someone asked me not long ago, said, Brother Harvey, I've seen the charts. I know how this works. You get 2 and they get 2, and you can become a multi-gazillionaire in 2 weeks. But it never works that way. How does it really work in Zija? And so I shared with them this graph. Bottom line, this is a typical week in Zija. There are several areas that you develop to very quickly in the business. One is Builder, then Builder 500, then Builder 1000. You'll learn more about that later. But the bottom line is as you share it, and a few other people consume it, and then they share it, your business starts growing very gradually. It doesn't happen overnight, but it could happen quicker than you realize. But as you look at this graph, very simply, at Builder 500, this is the typical average payment for these distributors in a given week. This is a weekly amount for the average. Now remember, some made 0 and some made a lot more. I can't tell you that you're going to make anything. I can't tell you how much you're going to make. But I can tell you this is what people, real people just like you and me, made this particular week. That first level, $145 that week. The second level, Builder 1000, $248. The third level, Bronze, doing just a little bit more. Your business continues to expand. The average that week for Bronze was $280. Silver, $472. Gold, $704. And you move on up. You get to Emerald, a couple $1,000s a week. You get to Diamond, about $3,500 that particular week. You move on up, and if you notice they stopped giving the numbers, there are people that I know personally that are making 5 figures a week after about 2 or 3 years. It really is incredible. You say, is it really real? Yeah, not superstars, just normal people that have shared, and that story continues, and the process is taking care of it. Now, let's back up to where we started, $145 a week. Now, folks, that may not sound like a lot to you, but that's $600 a month. That's $7,000 a year. I don't know many people that that amount of money wouldn't directly impact their lives. It's a good car payment. It's maybe a house payment. It's credit card loans. It's student loans. It's maybe planning for the future for your education for your children. It's a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I don't know what you need. I don't know where you are, but I am telling you, Zija is the best financial vehicle I've ever seen to help get people to the place they want to be financially. This is very, very real. How much can you do? No one knows, but I can just tell you there are a lot of people just like you that have done better than they ever dreamed possible. USA Today ran a special last year that highlighted the direct sales industry. People like Warren Buffett, I think he owns 7 different companies, Donald Trump. This is a powerful business model. There are several reasons why people get started in it. Time freedom, security. A lot of people think that they're okay, but they walk in the next week and their job has been downsized, the company is closed. These are very difficult economic times. More additional income, the ability to work for yourself. There are a lot of different reasons that people give, and I don't know where you are personally, But I will tell you, you have a business in Zija that can do whatever you choose to do with it. Two other things, and we're going to close. Timing. A very successful gentleman by the name of Ray Kroc said the key to success is being at the right place at the right time and doing about it. Now, folks, it's your decision to decide if Zija is right for you. I'm just telling you, it's changing people's lives. And I've been privileged to be a part of that process. An agent of change, and it's been fun to watch what it can do for people, never more to be the same again. I looked at it when that young lady walked out of my office that day. I said, listen, I can't watch this thing go by and wonder what could have been. I've got to become a part of that story. I looked at it, I made my decision, and my life has been incredibly blessed. Folks, try it. There's a money-back guarantee after 30 days. What do you have to lose? And you have everything to gain. But here's the deal. I can tell you the story. I can tell you about changed lives. I can tell you what it can do for you, but you're the only one that can look at the overall picture and decide if it's for you. But my encouragement is this. If it is, if you see products that might help you or someone you know, if you see a way to make some income that might dramatically improve your life, if you think this may be it, don't sit on the sidelines and watch it go by. Become a part of the story. I don't know what your chapter may read, but I think we're going to see some amazing things. And the key is to take action, do something about it. The last question I want to share with you is the issue of training and support. You may be sitting there like many of the people that I deal with say, I've never done business before, I don't know how to do the business, I'm not really sure about this. And I'll just tell you, about half the people that are doing well never intended to even do the business side. It's just that when they're impacted, they tell the story, and when they tell the story, the business takes care of itself. The training, the support, it's all in place to help you be as successful as you want to be. Our leadership team is among the best. The tools are in place. The corporate dedication to each and every distributor is incredible. If you want Zija to work for you, folks, all you have to do is decide, roll up your sleeves and go to work, and there's a new story waiting to happen. I hope that you'll join us, but either way, thank you for the time that you spent. We pray that it's been a blessing.